Well, hey everyone, I'm out on my old trails today, and I've got the 400EX with me, and I figured now would be a good time to take it for a little bit of a trail rip out here and talk about all the new parts that I got on this thing. Hadn't been ridden all year, so doing a few laps to kind of burn them down to the dirt. Let's try the old climb here. Bit of a jump in the middle. Whoa, dogging. Man, this new Rossier pipe sounds so cool on here. It's got such a great note. It's not super peaky. It's not crazy loud. It's just got a good grunt to it. Go through this old dip down. I'd say one of my favorite parts that we put on this is the 720 SBC clamps. Absolutely love them. And because this doesn't have the best shock foundation underneath it, any damping I can get help my wrists and my arms is much appreciated. The nice thing is I can do some of these climbs in second gear now with the extra almost 5 horse we got out of it. So we'll finish ripping here and park this thing and kind of do a walk around on it, because I know not everybody's seen all the new stuff that we put on this year, and maybe talk about a few new things we'd like to do before the end of the season or going into next season.
Before we go any further, I'm super stoked to announce we have a new 400EX shirt available for pre-order on PeteHaggard.com. The pre-order window ends Friday, August 26th at midnight, so if you want to guarantee a shirt, be sure to order now since we won't have many leftovers. Shirts will ship 2 to 3 weeks after the pre-order window ends, and I want to give a huge shout out to everyone for their continued support. And now back to the video.
Alright.
So the goal of today's video was to kind of break down the new parts that I put on this quad so far this season, and to just give you guys a follow-up on what I think of everything so far. I did ride this quad in the new Top Quad series that should be coming out this fall that Michael Sable's producing. So this is exactly how the quad was when I rode it in the series, and we'll just jump right into it and start working our way from the top down on the new parts and what I think of everything. So this is a 2004 Honda 400EX. It is the last year of the Bug Eye. I think I am the 3rd or the 4th owner of this machine. It had a few things done to it when I got it. Maybe I can overlay how it was when I picked it up. We've had it for a little over a year now. The frame was already red. I'm assuming the motor was pulled maybe for maintenance at one point, and they did the frame up, but the rear subframe was polished on it. Just had a set of Pro Taper handlebars on it. The exhaust was stock. It was pretty much a completely stock machine, which is what I was looking for when I found it. So starting with kind of the controls up here, we've got good old ODI lock-on grips on the end of the handlebars here. The handlebars are Pro Taper contour bars. They're fat bars. They're ATV low bend. I went with an ATV low because we have a Hauser Plus 1 stem on here and the Hermosi 720 SBC clamps, and those in combination raise the bar height over 2 inches, so I went with a low bend bar. I did have to get longer cables for it. I got a Motion Pro throttle cable for it, as well as Honda 250X clutch cable, which I also got because it's quite a bit longer than the OEM cable, and we had to route the clutch cable differently in order to do the new exhaust system. Also did do this Pro Taper universal clutch lever, and this has worked really well too. And let's see, last but not least here, we have an Rossier factory edition throttle, adjustable throttle. These are really cool. Really like the Rossier throttles, have them on all my quads. They're pretty slick, especially when we're changing riders out. Not everybody always wants us in the same position, so that's really nice. So on the front here, I have a new Factory 43 MX bumper. I really like the look of these bumpers. I like where you can get a good hand grab on it to lift the front end up and move it around. And this is actually a TRX 450R bumper. The 450R bumpers, they do bolt up. I'm not sure if that's for all the model years. I'm assuming it is. Working our way a little further back here, I just threw on a set of Alba Nerf bars. I wanted a little bit wider foot peg, and the OEM heel guard, this whole area was really cramped with the OEM setup, so I like having a little more room here. I will say these are not the best when you're in slick conditions. They're not very sharp. I haven't tried to sharpen them yet, but they're okay for the money. I mean, they're not the most expensive Nerf bar, but for just casual recreational riding, they should work for most people. Also have this Tusk aluminum shifter. A few people had commented right away saying that these can strip out, so I've really kept an eye on it and kept it really tight. So far, it's been good. Also did a full line of DRW protective parts on this. It has a Case Saver, Chain Slide, Sprocket Guard, Swingarm Guard, Rotor Guard, and a belly skid. So we've got full DRW protection. Some other little maintenance parts here. We did a new chain and sprockets, all by Primary Drive. Let's see, I got a block-off plate for the parking brake there, Works Connection block-off plate. Let's see, oh yeah, we've got the new Rossier R4 full exhaust system on here. It has a really nice sound to it. It's not actually that loud. I mean, it's got a good grunt when you're on the power, but just at idle and whatnot, it's not obnoxious, and I actually like that quite a bit. I actually brought the machine to Jay at Illinois Power Sports, and we did a full dyno tune session on it. It's got a K&N filter with an outerwear and no lid on the airbox, and a Dynojet jet kit to go in combination with the pipe. The quad's making just under 30 horsepower. I'd say the next upgrade would probably at least be a hot cam. I guess we'll see. I'm not too worried about adding more power to it right now. You can see the polished subframe on here. That looks pretty sweet. The quad came with that, so that's been cleaned up a little bit. Let's see, other little simple items here. I forgot to mention this little Alba Gas Cap. Doesn't really match the best. Kind of grabbed it on impulse. I should have just bought a black one. Works good so far. I did lose the little breather on there, but this hasn't leaked at all, so I really don't mind that actually having nothing. It works fine. Oh yeah, super important. I've got these little anodized valve stem caps. Very high performance part. Everybody should put those on their quad. I guess technically the tires are YFCR takeoffs, if you've noticed. These are the OEM wheels, had them powder coated black. Since the frame is red and all the OEM frames came silver, I thought it'd be good to kind of aim for a black and red theme. So really all that's left on the machine that is silver would be the swing arm and the A-arms, aside from the motor cases. Looking at that, speaking of, that would be probably the next upgrade I would really like to do to this machine, which would be get longer arms for it. And I think I'm going to go the more budget-friendly option, which would be the TRX 450R front shocks. So we'll probably do a Rocket Ron revalve setup with a set of TRX takeoffs, which will be pretty sweet. So we'll see what else we end up doing to this, but I mean, the 490X is such a cool platform. This is such a fun machine. Like I said, maybe we'll, up the power a little more in the future, but I don't want to do that until we increase the suspension and get other things set up here and dialed in and get the foundation of this machine set up more. So, like I had mentioned at the beginning of this video, I rode this quad in the Top Quad series, and I'm super excited to see all the footage from that. We had just the best time out there ripping. It was so fun. I can't wait for you guys to see all that content. And we're going into the fall riding season. Temps are going to start cooling down. I want to hit some new places, maybe get over to Wisconsin, get down to Iowa a little bit. And of course, we're going to go down to the 250R Legends Tour the first weekend of October in Oklahoma. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys down there ripping around. So if you're in the market for any parts, we do sell a handful of these brands on our website, so feel free to check them out or shoot us a message on our contact page, and we can get you guys estimated timelines on shipping. Just anything you're curious about, just shoot us a message on our website. We're happy to help. And last but not least, don't forget to check our website for the t-shirt pre-order we're going to have for this machine. I think we'll have it live when this video comes out. I guess stay tuned. Can't wait to do some more rides and hopefully run into a few of you guys this fall riding season. And until the next one, I hope you guys have a good one. Ride safe, and we'll catch you on the next one.